Hey Libra, welcome in. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Tarot, and this is going to be your general timeless collective message. So this is for any major Libra placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. So if the message doesn't resonate, just check your other signs and placements. I always like to talk about what came through in meditation. Looking for my pen. So let's jump into these meditation messages. So what I found in meditation was like a break. Like maybe you've recently broken off something with a friend or a lover. There could be like a relationship in trouble here, and like the splitting. It was like the splitting of consciousness. Something very upsetting, something very unsettling. But I just feel like a rediscovering of something. Like, so you're rediscovering almost like the veil being pierced. And so I just felt like I'm talking to a Libra here that's under a lot of emotional stress. Now keep in mind, this can be you, this can be somebody around you, but be mindful who you vent your feelings to. Okay, be mindful who you vent your feelings to. But I feel there could be a situation here that is creating some type of diversion. But there's also like a past life energy here that is activating your spiritual gifts. And so you are encouraged to develop your spiritual gifts. And there's something here that might feel very disappointing. Maybe you're the type that rushes into situations when you first meet a person and you think, oh my God, this is my soulmate. This is my soulmate. And then boom, you're left on the floor and you're disappointed. And so be mindful of self-manipulation, Libra, okay? Because I do feel right now you are kind of learning to piece yourself back together again. And you just need to be mindful of being overly stimulated. That's really the energy that came through in meditation. So let's talk about what needs to come through in the tarot for you. So we're going to start off by setting the tone with the Spiritual Journey Oracle deck. So let's get into it and let's see forgiveness and open to receive. And so there might be a block when it comes to receiving love. Maybe that's why you like to rush into the first person who shows the attention, rush into the arms of the first person that shows you attention. But it's like you try to fall in love with somebody and you think they're your soulmate before you actually even consider, is this person good for me? And so there is a need also to quiet the mind. So there's a pattern here I feel that needs to be released. And this really is about forgiveness. Forgiveness of self, forgiveness of the past, forgiveness from all of the past heartbreak and heart pain. Because you know what? We can't keep band-aiding up the past heartbreak by rushing into the arms of the first person that gives us attention. And so forgiveness. Wow. Let's get into it and let's see what else needs to come through for you, Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. So just beware of manipulators. Beware of where you self-manipulate, because I do feel there could be a situation here that is bringing to your attention what needs to come to light. And so maybe there's somebody coming here to shine a light and to assist you with your awakening. But I do feel you're going through some type of heart awakening. And so sometimes the heart awakening comes in and it can be painful, right? When you need to break things off, or when things no longer work out, or if somebody no longer shares the same values as you. I think you're dealing with some type of catalyst here. I do. I think you're dealing with a catalyst that could have been activating you when it comes to your psychic gifts. But this person has come along your path, whether it's someone or something, to redirect you. And so maybe it's challenging. Maybe it's very challenging to come into this awareness like, hey, I got to fill my heart with forgiveness. I'm not actually really open to love when I'm chasing people down and I'm kind of just running into the arms of the first person that gives me attention. And so I think the purpose of this connection is to guide you towards your own healing light. And so you're likely receiving downloads, visions, but there's a lot of mental clutter here. And so this catalyst is very challenging, but it's necessary as part of your healing journey. And so somebody here has come along, I think, shined a light down. They're shining a little light down on that deeply embedded pain and that wounding within your soul's DNA. And so in order to redefine your future, you're going to have to face your deepest, darkest hurts. The only way to heal it is to feel it. And so there's some very powerful prophetic symbolism, I think, coming through. And maybe you've been alone for a while, or maybe you're just afraid to be alone. But the second you fully embody the warmth of your own company and you're at peace with being alone and loving who you are and loving where you're at, that's when loneliness will cease to exist. And so you might be experiencing some really harsh physical ascension symptoms. They could be emotional symptoms, physical symptoms, over mental stimulus. And so note, is this creating a positive or a negative impact or reaction? Because when we open up our heart and we go through this awakening, we have to recognize what we need to master on our path, what has been holding us back. Where is it that you need to create space in order for clarity to come through? Because I just feel like you've done enough healing. It's time to rip the Band-Aid off, to do that last layer of opening up the heart and filling yourself with love from within. And so you're kind of stuck in some sort of complacent cycle. Whether you're not taking action to create your reality, whether you're keeping yourself stuck and stagnant, there's something about stepping into a new timeline. And there's fear, I think, surrounding being alone. And so you can't just jump into every single soul connection that is presented to you. Some people come into your life and they play significant roles when it comes to your evolution. And it's usually short term. The long-term connections, they come after you've done the healing work when it comes to facing all of this pain below the surface. And so I think it's time to just disconnect and figure out what your life purpose is. So let's go a little bit further with the heart's hidden secret deck. Let's see what's hidden on the heart. We get karma right out the gate. So that is Libra energy for sure. And so there's somebody here, I think, assisting you with your awakening, because you keep getting sidetracked. You keep avoiding these changes, and you keep getting distracted. And so this could be paying off some karmic debt. And let me tell you, everything is a mirror. Everything comes down to cause and effect. And so there's some type of karmic soul contract here that is creating some challenges in order for you to refocus your energies. So I just got the soulmate card in reverse. So that goes right back to, you need to break off a habit, I think, with running into the first set of arms that shows you any type of love or attention. Because I think you've got a big mask here that you're wearing, and this could be somebody you're dealing with, but you can't keep over-exaggerating feelings for somebody. You can't keep pretending. You can't keep wearing a mask, because I do think running into these relationships perpetually is creating some type of trauma bond. It's like trauma bonded soulmate relationships here. And so there is a need to realize what keeps you wearing this mask, what keeps you from actually intimately bonding with somebody at a deep emotional level. And so I think you are going through some type of heart opening, and this is going to allow you to gain a higher perspective, a new perspective, because there's something very stubborn here, very prideful here, and your intuition is saying, hey, this unveiling is coming. And so I think you need to get honest with yourself. You need to come clean and get honest with yourself as to where you create obscurities within relationships, maybe where you create this energy of concealing who you truly are. And so we're closing out like 15 years worth of Capricornian karma here when it comes to a Pluto cycle. And so there might be a moment in time where you are being asked to embody the divine masculine energy, but the divine masculine energy knows his worth, uses logic, takes charge. A divine masculine will pursue a feminine in a healthy manner. And I think there's like an emotional storm here. And so a divine masculine will never want a woman to chase him. And so I do feel somebody here has really dragged out some type of cycle. So there's an emotional storm brewing. There is for sure. And so get ready for some type of shift. If you need guidance from spirit, reach out and ask them. But like the Band-Aid's getting ripped off here, Libra. So let's go a little bit further with the tarot. Let's get some tarot messages on this one and see what else needs to come through. The Moon. Oh, this has been a long-standing burden. You might be closing out a 10-year cycle, but the Moon is about listening to your intuition. Could be dealing with a Pisces. You could have Pisces in your chart. The 10 of Wands is a conscious release of a burden, and so there is a need for balance. You might need to let others help you. I think there's some kind of health problems here. It could be mental health. It could be physical health. But the Moon is saying there's fear, there's illusions, there's a need for this wake-up call. There is going to be a major wake-up call. So whatever is going on here, this catalyst is bringing in some type of new clarity. So clarity is going to be presented here. So let's do 9 cards for you, Libra. And let's see what needs to come through. We had a peeker. The Moon is still on the bottom of the deck. So what do we got going on here for Libra? King of Coins in reversed, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Ace of Cups in reversed, Two of Wands. So you're at a crossroads where you are being asked to take the next steps forward into a new cycle. So take some time to go within. The King of Coins reversed, Ace of Cups reversed. This is somebody very ungrounded, really not open to a real loving emotional experience. There's blocks on the heart. There's a heart awakening here for sure. There's a very ungrounded energy. The King of Coins in reverse is looking for his next cash cow, right? The King of Coins reversed with the Ace of Cups reversed is looking for a fall in love quick scheme, I feel, and doesn't know his worth. This is somebody that's after somebody's money. They're really not in it for love. And this is a wake-up call. There's a need to expand beyond this cycle. So yeah, there's an awakening here for sure, Libra. We get the Justice card. There you are, dead central energy. And then we get the Knight of Pentacles. So this is an opportunity to plant a seed for a new cycle. Right? We should never jump into relationships, right? Because then we usually end up in a slump afterwards when we jump into things and we don't give it time to progress. And so there's a lot of insights coming, but you're going to need to pause. You're going to need to reflect because everything is reflecting back to you what it is that you need to look at, right? And so maybe you're awakening to see yourself in a whole new light because this awakening is right below this King of Coins. There's a masculine energy coming through, and it doesn't have to be a man. It can be a woman embodying this King of Coins energy that is recognizing, hey, I really don't come from a place of integrity when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships. I'm just looking for a supportive parent or spouse. I'm looking for a mommy to take care of me, and I'll take any kind of love that comes my way. And so it could be same-sex couple. It doesn't have to be. You see two men on the card. But this is about coming from a place of integrity. And so when we take our time, when we put one foot in front of the other, Virgo energy, when we're loyal, when we're dedicated, when we're a little bit apprehensive and we take our time to build things slowly, it does grow into something beautiful. And so we get the Eight of Wands, we get the Page of Coins, and we get the Hermit reversed. And so there's a need to spend some time alone. There's a need to go within and learn this lesson. Strong Virgo. I feel there is an opportunity to plant a seed for a brand new beginning, but you're going to have to get rid of your mischievous ways. Somebody here needs to get rid of their mischievous ways. Somebody here might have to go back and do some inner child healing. What I feel, Libra, is it's time to get to work. There's a lot going on. I feel stress. There might be an unexpected event or an unexpected person coming on your path that is going to activate a lot of rapid changes. And this is about a whole new area of study, a whole new area of self-discovery. And so there's a cycle here that needs to come to a close, especially when it comes to viewpoints on relationships, foundations. The Four of Wands usually indicates so much to celebrate here, but I think you've spent a lot of time planting seeds, wanting this foundation, when really what you need to do is some inner child healing. And so you want that Two of Cups, you want to fall in love. Stop falling in love with the first person that shows you attention. That's where the victory lies. And so I think there's like a resurgence of past heartbreak coming up in order to heal. And so this is about stop romanticizing relationships. Stop romanticizing the past and do the healing work. Do the healing work. This is about healing your heart. This is about childhood healing. This is about stop romanticizing, and then you can have that Two of Cups. And so I think you're in the midst of a significant life change, a significant life transformation. There is victory on the other side, but you are going to have to break away from an old belief system about relationships. Do you like the drama? I think it's time to cut out the drama. It's time to get serious about cutting people, places, and things out of your life. Maybe it's time to focus on career or going back to school. Stop playing into conflicts. I do feel everything is mirroring back to you where you play into drama. And so this is about standing up for yourself, releasing situations that really aren't worth your time, and to make the changes that need to be made in order to free yourself from an old negative cycle. And so there is an opportunity for a fresh start here. You got to push your fears aside. You got to take a leap of faith. You got to come from a place of integrity. And you have to be balanced in your own energy. So what is the Justice card about? Because I feel there's like a higher ruling coming in. And you're going to have to master being alone in order to really love who you are. before you can love another. And so we get blocks being removed. This is like you getting yourself unstuck when it comes to seeing things clearly. So maybe you've pretended like, hey, this is okay. This is how relationships go. But you got to follow your heart, your true heart. Because I think there's a lack of trustworthiness here, whether you're untrustworthy or you're dealing with people that are untrustworthy. The King of Cups reversed really isn't emotionally devoted. They're devoted to themselves. They're selfish. They don't give unless they get something in return. This is somebody that you can't completely trust. This is somebody that likes to create a romantic illusion and build a relationship very quickly, but they have hidden intentions. They don't have real emotions. They're looking for somebody that will be charitable towards them, and it's really time to heal this pattern. I think it's time to go within. It's time to heal. It's time to take a step back. It's time to make a decision that will support your pathway to happiness, and it's time to let go of a toxic relationship pattern. There is a very unhealthy relationship pattern here. I think of jumping in, creating a trauma bond, and then a lack of responsibility, a lack of taking responsibility. So you always have the choice to choose the pathway to happiness and people that will support that pathway. And so there is a melodramatic cycle here that needs to close out. I do feel there's a situation here that is triggering a lot of sadness, but this is opening up the doorway opportunity to create new happiness in your life. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn, you could be dealing with a water sign, an earth sign. I just feel like we've got this Jupiter square Saturn energy building, and going to be exact. And so it's like you can't keep patching up the roof. It's time to rebuild the foundation from ground zero. And so there's like a significant life experience here that has spun you into this negative thought cycle. And I do feel like it's time to get your money right. It's time to heal a core abandonment wound. And it's time to embrace this fresh new start. But first you got to deal with your unfounded fear. You definitely got to deal with your unfounded fear. So what's the Hermit reverse? This is about, it's almost like so much resistance to spending time alone. What's the Hermit reversed? Yeah, it's like so many codependency issues here. Fear of being alone. And so this is about finding what sparks your passion. This is about being creative, allowing your creativity to soar and to fuel your passions. And so it's time to leave an old cycle behind, an old belief behind about family security, about what true peace and contentment is. And so stop passing the buck off to somebody else. I think there's a need to dig a little bit deeper. You might be receiving some blunt, honest communication that is going to be challenging, but it's going to get you in a state of review as to what third party is. There you are again. Take a leap of faith. I just feel you can't keep pretending that there's not a problem here. So release the burden. I think there's like an addiction here when it comes to jumping into relationships very quickly. So what's the closing message here for Libra? Light up your spiritual path. Light up your spiritual path. You could have somebody coming in as a catalyst that is an occultist or a healer, a metaphysicist, and could be a Sagittarius, and they're bringing in some type of clarity when it comes to your spiritual path. And so this is about non-judgment. So stop chasing love and start chasing enlightenment. What's the closing message for Libra today? What is the closing message for Libra? Oh, it's very cerebral. We got magnesite. So I feel it's time to get your mind right. It's time to get your mind right. It's time to really look at what has kept you stuck in this cycle, because appearances aren't always what they seem on the surface. And so is the mind going to rule you? I think you're being dragged back into an old cycle. You're likely getting lost in your thoughts. And so you have the ability to take charge. And so this is about bossing up, keeping your cool. You could be dealing with an Aquarius with aquamarine. But you can't keep running hot into relationships and then holding on for dear life. And so it's really long past time to let go of this negative cycle. And so I do think, yeah, you're down on yourself. You don't want to be alone, but it's time to really tune into that inner serenity. Meditate, pray. You might be surprised what you hear, Libra, and that's kind of what I got. So I really hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, check out the description box below. Also, if you would like to join me over on the membership side of the channel, there's a membership side that you can join in on. I go live every Thursday at noon Eastern Standard Time. So head on over there. Join us on the other side. Have a great day, Libra, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.